Well, she says in order to teach children, you must enter their view of the world.
Julia Cook is a former educator and school counselor, and for many years now, an accomplished children's author.
Yeah, she is. She's here this morning along with special guest Kirby. Good to see you, Julia.
Hey, Kirby.
Thanks for coming in. And yeah, Kirby, this is your dog, right?
Yeah.
You bring him everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for
her. I'm
Didn't
sorry.
take her
she's
to
wearing a dress,
China,
Mike.
But,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I didn't see
Canada,
the dress.
Alaska,
Let me show you
she
this
goes
little
everywhere.
dress. Cute. Well, she's very friendly. She made a home for herself.
And the kids love her too. That's one of the reasons you take her.
Yeah, well, she's used to teach kids kidnap prevention strategies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your new releases you got. You
Okay.
got two books coming out, right? Let's start with this one because we've got a few people on staff have kids going to kindergarten this year. I've got Liliana going to kindergarten this year. Jumping into kindergarten.
You know, we have, like I said, so much to teach kids and so little time to do it. But we want to prepare our kids with 21st century skills on how to get along and how to relate to other people. And the number one reason a person gets hired these days, according to Forbes, is the ability to work and play well with others, team player.
Right.
And these skills are featured in the book, The Toddler Brain, which is written by Dr. Laura Jana.
Which is for adults.
Right. She lives here, so it's kind of fun. She's an international speaker and author. And we took the really smart, good stuff out of that book and turned it into a storybook for kids. But we want to give our kids everything they need. And they learn so much ages, 0 to 5. Why not start working on those 21st skills early?
Absolutely. And not just for kindergarten, your other book, this is incredibly important as well. You've got the
technology
tale. Everything you put online, everything you post is tied to you for life. And kids feel like they're anonymous online. They think they can put whatever they want and it will not get back to them. They can create fake identities. But high-level companies now have digital footprint tracers. So they'll type in your name and your information and everything you've ever done online shows up. And if there's anything inappropriate, it's flagged, and you might not get an interview, you might not get accepted to a college. And so kids have to realize that they are responsible for everything they put online, and if they forward it, they're tagged to it. So if you put something good online, it's a gift. If you put something mean online, it puts a rip in your tail. It hurts your tail. And if you put something not so smart online, like your address, then it puts a hole in your tail. And you have to drag this tail around the rest of your life. And it's a kind of a good concept because we have to, it's concrete, but it's good for your middle schooler, grades 3 through 8, I think, and the kid's kind of a tweener in the book. So
and teach them when they're young, when they're just learning about technology. I mean,
well, it says this technology tail of yours, you'll end up dragging it around every single day, and believe you me, a wounded tail will surely get in your way.
Right. And I mean, it's just kind of it's a concrete concept to teach something that's so important because
you talk about in here college admission applications getting denied because of your
interviews,
your bruised and torn up tail.
Yeah, my sister works for a company that they do a digital trace on a person, and if anything shows up that's not appropriate, they don't tell you what it is, but they don't even interview the person.
And you can see in this picture it says we only hire gifted tails.
Gifted tails.
Tails. I like that. It's so creative. It's such a it's a heavy topic and it can be hard to understand, but with all of your books, it's so important that kids are understanding what they're reading and really grasping it, and you do such a great job.
Our millennials have "What's in it for me" tattooed to their forehead.
Right.
So
absolutely.
you have to point out what's in it for them, and then they will, they're great to work with, but it's a different level of thinking. And
when you talk about, I feel like there's been an emphasis on teens and social media the last few years, and hopefully people are making some sort of impact when it comes to teens and educating them on the right ways to use social media. What have you seen when you're out talking to kids? Do you feel like all the efforts that maybe adults have put into this is paying off a little bit?
I think we're focusing on the wrong thing. We focus on bully prevention, bully, and what we really need to work on is teaching empathy, because an empathetic person will not be a bully. And so I think that our focus really needs to be on pulling empathy out of kids and developing that.
Yes.
So I do have a book coming out called Empathy Smempathy, but it will be in a while. So
that sounds like a fun one.
So instead of telling them not to bully, I mean, you're teaching them on the front end to just treat people kind.
Every kid, what's in it for me? Why not bully? If bullying gets me the results that I need, how can I get those results without being a bully? So it's all results driven.
Back to, I'm fascinated in the kindergarten book because I've got another kid going to kindergarten. What are some of the skills kids should have when they're heading into kindergarten?
Me skills, what I'm aware of, I'm aware of myself and where I am and where I stop and where I start. The we skills, getting along with others.
Teamwork and getting along.
Yes.
Wobble skills, try stuff, and if it and if you make a mistake, that gives you energy to try again. Wiggle skills, kids need to move and actually touch it and feel it and see it. And what if skills, we want to really emphasize their creativity. There's 7 basic skills in the toddler brain, which is, like I said, those are the 21st century skills that every employer is looking for in an employee.
Right.
And it's just amazing. This Dr. Laura Jana has come up with an amazing way of capturing those skills and tying it to to words.
Yeah.
So
now, tell us about, you have a special shipping deal for Blend
I
viewers,
do,
right?
I do,
Tell
yes.
us about that.
All you have to do is say, I saw it on Morning Blend. These are brand new. I got 2 copies of Jumping into Kindergarten FedExed and Technology Tale. It's hot off the press, and you can order them at juliacookonline.com. If you mention Morning Blend, then I certainly won't charge you shipping, and I will sign and autograph them. You just have to indicate.
Oh, well thank you for doing that for
So
our
how many
viewers.
books are you up to now? I think we've got
86.
86. I probably got half of them,
And
half of your
over
books
2
at our house.
million sold.
You're kidding, over 2 million
my.
books.
Congratulations.
Well, Julia Cook does stuff all across the world, and she does a lot of national interviews in New York and LA, and so thanks for taking the time when you come back to Omaha to sit on our show and talk to us about it.
Yes, thank
And good
you.
luck with all the
Guys.
books. Yeah, thanks.
Welcome back anytime.
Anytime.
Nice to meet
Kirby.
you. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm having fun, and I get to meet cool people like you and Kirby.
And Kirby. Thanks, Julie. Good to see you.
you.
I guess in the morning.